just have a trade the jersey. Introduce yourselves, man. That's Avery Baker. He's not going to wear the jersey you're accustomed to seeing. It's fine.
Okay.
That kid down there, he's going to be on that
Got
team.
it. Got it.
Whenever y'all ready.
And we're back here at SUV TV. I'm Jonathan Hemingway, joined by Chris Watkins of Peach State Basketball. We're here at the EBA Top 40 Camp, Sunday, March 9th. Chris, how's it going?
Going fantastic. We've had a great day so far. Guys really came in here to play, getting some great skill sessions down on the other end. Got Simon Shaffick over there, number 134 in black out of Lanier High School.
Yeah, Chris, this is a great opportunity for, a lot of kids at different stages in their development to come in, get some work, get some exposure at the same time. We have kids, ranging from Devin Mitchell, who's already signed with the University of Alabama, Eric Hamilton, who you'll see here in a moment, who's already signed with Wichita State. And at the same time, we've got unsigned seniors as well, too, trying to, make a name for themselves, still trying to earn a scholarship at the same time.
Yeah, had a really good game last round out of Logan McIntosh, 2014, out of McEachern High School. Hit 2 threes late in the game. He's really committed to the defensive end here during his senior year. He's going to be a steal at the next level.
Looking at this game right here, we've mentioned Simon Shafak, 134 in black. Who are some other kids that of note that we should be looking at here, Chris?
So I really like, when I talk about available 2014s, I really like Shaffick. I got a chance to watch him play for Coach Jeremy Huckabee over there at Lanier High School. He's getting recruitment from Division IIs, down to junior college. I think personally junior college route could be great for him, a chance to continue to develop his game. He's got a great body. He had a great showing at the On the Radar showcase in the fall. And I really got a chance to watch him play twice this year during the year, and I really liked how his game's developed.
Yeah, without a doubt, Chris. Looking at another kid here, number 3, Jordan Davis, who actually has reclassified as a 2014 prospect, actually graduated last year from high school, but opted to go to the prep school route. Another year of development. He's come back here, EBA Top 40. So, again, a little bit of something for everybody here at the Top 40 camp.
And what's so great about this with all these games being on SUV TV and archives, these players will be able to send them out to college coaches all throughout the country. We've been tweeting them out on multiple social media accounts throughout the day. Be sure to follow us on all of our Peach State Basketball and SUV TV accounts.
That was number 21, Marquise Lanier, with that strong finish in the lane. Shaffick comes up short on that shot, bringing it back the other way. White team here, Lanier with the ball. He's going to pull it from the deep. Off the mark once again. And here's Jordan Davis out top. Good defense there by Shaffick. Big block shot there by number 124. And that's going to be we're working on that name here in a second. That might be Jalen Ingram. Tough move there by 133. Got substitutions coming in. Wholesale, both sides.
Got Got Josh Holliday in right there wearing number 103 in black. Had a great year over at South Cobb High School 2015. Team actually made a late run, had a couple upsets in the region tournament. Made it to the state tournament.
Eric Hamilton checks into the game here, 158, Wichita State signee. Devin Mitchell back out here on the court again. Hesitates, pops, no good.
Nice pitch ahead by Holiday to Hamilton. Anyway, tell us about, you know, how Hamilton really made that big jump, especially there in that July period, and saw his recruitment grow. Yeah, I know he had a couple really good. He actually played well at the On the Radar tournament.
Yeah, you know, coming out of his junior year in which he did not play, he did see his recruitment really blow up. You know, you talk about a kid that has, you know, such great length and athleticism, but he's got skill to match it as well too. You'll see the perimeter skill, you know, kind of that ideal face-up four player. Could even play some on the wing. So when you look at all of that combined together, it's, you know, no wonder why, you know, so many colleges, you know, had offered him, and eventually he chose Wichita State, and what a great choice he made, as, you know, Wichita State, the Shockers, had an undefeated season this year, first team since UNLV to enter the NCAA tournament undefeated. So Hamilton's walking into a situation that's already successful, and hopefully he'll have an opportunity to contribute in the years to follow.
Yeah, and he definitely has the body and the frame and the athleticism to fit and what they want to do there, you know, defensively.
Nice left-handed hook right there, number 33. That's Zach Orr, excuse me. 33, Austin Venable, pardon me, from Commerce.
Banks County High School.
Banks County High School, yep. Nice little left-handed finish in there. Big body, excuse me, Chris.
Yeah, I got to watch him down there in the skill sessions down there with We Work Hoops, Christian Himmons, and AP B-Ball, Adrian Penland, our two lead skill trainers. Was going extremely hard. He's a little bit winded right now, but, you know, you like when a player is going to really take what we're going to give him in these skill sessions and try to improve upon his game.
Without a doubt, and post play is such a scarce, you know, scarce quantity, I guess you could say, in many ways. So when you get a kid that is dedicated to playing down there on the block and already has a go-to move, you're talking about a product, a prospect that's going to be able to go to the next level, regardless of the college level that you're talking about, but should be able to step in and be able to contribute.
That's where you don't want to be. You don't want to be out there on an island trying to guard Devin Mitchell.
No way. And the tough thing about that is you've got to go over the top of that ball screen, because you know Devin Mitchell can't shoot it over the top of the ball screen. But they cleared out the help side. There was nobody helping down below, so he set it up perfectly, turned the corner, got to the rim, draws the foul. I think he's going to shoot these free throws here. More substitutions coming in both sides here. Shafak back into the game. Tough shot there, contested. Bringing it back the other way is number 21, Marquise Lanier. Good power drive there, and is going to draw the foul. Got a couple of college coaches in the building here today. Young Harris College has come out here showing their support, checking out several unsigned seniors, and many high school coaches. You know, Brandon Mayweather over here on the bench coaching a few of these guys. Not to mention...
Got the legendary Joe Dix from East Hall High School is here as well. He always does a great job coming out and support his players. You know, whether it's at a high school event, AAU event, those, you know, he's been at JUCO events. He does a really good job there at East Hall. Really a legend in the North Georgia area.
Tough shot there by number 27. It's going to be Maurice Summerhour. I believe that's the older of the two brothers. Kell High School.
Play out there for Coach Jermaine Sellers.
Keep moving it.
Bring it the other way. Here's Lanier on the break. Kicks it, drive, block shot. Back the other direction, and we've got another turnover. 2-on-1 break here. Jordan Davis with the putback, and that gives us an 18-7 score.
Standing still, Black.
I think Shafak is a really intriguing prospect at the next level, you know, wherever he ends up, you know, just when you look at his body. You know, he's got a body that's going to be able to adapt to that college game and take the grind each and every night. Very wide shoulder base. Much taller than I thought he was when I watched him on film that Coach Jeremy Huckabee sent to me.
And you're right, he's got the ability to guard several different positions on the floor. You know, at the high school level, quite honestly, you know, Shafak would be able to guard 1 through 5. Now at the college level, you know, probably not 1 through 5, but you know, certainly 1 through 3. He's got the athleticism, the length to be able to guard, you know, an athlete, you know, on the wing. But at the same time, he's got the foot speed and the quickness to be able to guard a quick point guard. Now, he just took a charge right there that wasn't called. I think the referee was his view was obstructed. But one of the things that only a few people know about Shafak is his ability or his willingness to take charges. So you talk about skill levels or skill sets that translate instantly. His defense certainly is that.
Shot.
That's Avery Cagle, 106, that hit that three just a moment ago, and I think we just got another Devin Mitchell three back the other direction.
Cagle came in shooting. He actually just got here, stepped right into the game.
Hamilton with the deep jumper there. Wichita State signee, showing his versatility on the court.
He's going to be really fun to watch, especially as he gets older, as he continues to diversify his game. You see right there the dunk and transition after he hit the three, the possession before.
You're right. That versatility is definitely the word that would be used to describe Hamilton.
Nice rebound, push up the floor by Anthony Showell out of Duluth High School. Nice finish, drop off there into Hamilton.
Oh! I think that was Zach Orr. Or Austin Venable. Austin Venable tried to rise up there. Cagle made sure that didn't happen. But he gets the 2 points nevertheless. Got the Duluth trio here. playing for the black team. That's Romello Styron. On the pull-up jumper, can't get it to fall. Hamilton also played for that Duluth High School, Coach Eddie Hood. And of course, Scholl, also that third member of the trio there.
I really like to see, at the next level, Devin continue to work on getting comfortable going left. That's really what's going to help him diversify, as much as he does score. A lot of times he can go left, but he just doesn't have that confidence where he's going to want to do it as much as he probably has the opportunity to.
Yeah, you're right about that. Nice finish there by Venable. Good pull-up jumper there by 103.
Josh Holiday out of South Cobb High School.
Yep. Now, speaking about Mitchell, talking about his game, he certainly got, a lot off the bounce. The ability to shoot the basketball. He's got blow-by speed to the right hand, but definitely loves to pull up, to shoot the pull-up jumper more so to the left. And I believe that was Josh Randolph, Lakeview Academy. Just made that pull-up jumper. Hamilton tried to sneak in one last jam right before the buzzer. Can't quite get it off, but that'll do it for the first half of this game. 29-19. I think they will give it to him. 29-21 in favor of the white team. We'll take a quick break. Come back soon. Don't worry about that. I got it. So the whole team three. I'm not going to worry about it. Don't worry. Hey, coach. Hey, buddy. All right, let's roll. Yes. Yeah. 2015, right? 2015. And we're back here on SUV TV at the EBA Top 40 camp for the second half. More action here to come. And we're joined here by Brandon Clay. Follow him at Brandon Clay PSB. Brandon, how you feeling?
Yeah, this is incredible. You talk about, rarefied air for a group on a single day, and that's exactly what this is. You go from from watching some of the best young kids in the region early in the morning to watching Tara Cooper play, middle of the day, top 5 in the country in her class, to watching Devin Mitchell play, watching Eric Hamilton play. I mean, it just is not something that has occurred, anywhere to my knowledge, man. So I'm glad to be a part of it and just to be able to take it all in, man.
Brandon, you expressed very well exactly what EBA Top 40 in its inaugural year, really is. Certainly within the state of Georgia, on both sides of the ball, talking about not only the top players within the state of Georgia, but nationally. You talk about Devin Mitchell, University of Alabama, a fringe top 100 type player. Eric Hamilton, very much the same thing. And then Taylor Cooper, quite possibly the top point guard, not only in the state of Georgia, but certainly in the nation, certainly in her class. What does this mean, for this camp going long term?
Well, I think it's huge. Anytime you can bring those worlds together, these kids are friends. It's not a situation where, it's boys basketball is one and girls basketball is the other, and they don't know each other. There's a ton of crossover here. Brooke Copeland, who played in the earlier camp, is a great example. I already saw him in Florida. Her brother, she's a senior. Her brother was a freshman at Bradley Central, and she also brought Bradley McCurdy down here, who's a sophomore guard at Bradley Central. So to see that type of crossover over and over again, there's a young man playing in the camp, Philip Vincent. His older sister, Bria Vincent, used to come to EBA back when she was young and went through skill development. So you continue to see the parallels in the worlds and the crossovers in the worlds, and it's just been a blessing, honestly, to be a part of it, man. I'm grateful, and it's been an awesome day. Everybody that's been involved, it could be a high school coach like Joe Dix from East Hall who's here today, watching his guy. You see Mike Cleveland standing next to him. Banks County, he's got 3 of his guys in here. Those are all guys that I'm very familiar with their programs from my time out on the road, watching both boys and girls. And they've had girls representatives come through. Jasmine Jenkins, who played at East Hall, was in here earlier today, now at Vanderbilt. Caitlin Duncan plays at Banks County right now. She was in here earlier today. And, then the time we spent on the high school side, Jonathan, watching players like Jordan Davis, when we were coaching together at Lanier, this was, even after you coached at Duluth. So it all comes together and all pieces together. And like I said, I'm just glad that the time is now for us to put it all together as one.
Very well said, very well put, Brandon. When you look at just a short, glimpse into, the world of basketball, the end of high school season is, has come. A lot of these players have been off for several weeks. But then you look at a kid like DeMarcus Simons over here from Buford High School, just got done playing in the state championship game yesterday, and then comes in here and is going through the skill session, on the other side with Christian Simmons. Trying to get better. What does that mean, in the broader scheme of things?
Those guys are hungry. We talked in our opening camp intro. Those guys see what LeBron does. That it's the new age of technology. It's a beautiful thing. Social media, I know Twitter and Instagram at times can get a tough rap, and when not used properly, I can see why. But the ability to pull up YouTube and watch a LeBron James skill workout, the ability to see what Ray Allen does an hour before the game because one of the Miami Heat staffers has taped it,
Right.
There wasn't that capability even 10 years ago for players coming through. And when those guys see the praise dedication to getting better and to greatness, you can't help but try to emulate that yourself, and that's what Simons is here doing today.
Simons not only the only kid that is in here or was in here today after playing yesterday for a state championship. Erica Cassell, 2016 prospect, finished runner-up herself, but hey, a couple of state champions were in here earlier this morning. Talk about that performance from those two.
Well, it was great. If you didn't catch it earlier, I mentioned Tara Cooper as we got started with Kalai Robinson, and both of those two showed why. On the girls side, prospectsnation.com has got them in the top 25 in the country. And, you talk about that crossover again. You look at a guy like Logan McIntosh, who's from right over in the region, same high school, walks the same halls every day, is here today playing. And it's just so cool to see it. Logan and Taylor have worked out some. They trade some tips back and forth on different moves, playing the point guard and how to do that. Logan's an interesting prospect. Great shot there for Mitchell, and just doing what he does so well. Logan's an interesting prospect in that, we project him as kind of a combo guard. Some pundits out there say he's not a point guard. I tend to disagree simply because he handles the ball, 80 to 85% of the time inside of his high school offenses. We sat in the lab, broke down the film, myself and our video coordinator, Chris Watkins. It was very apparent that, while that might not be his primary college position, it definitely is something that you can look at him playing. I thought Mitchell was going to hit that. So it's just been cool to cross over like that, even inside the same school halls. Once again, we've got that synergy here at EBA Top 40.
Once again, well put, Brandon. Let's talk about kid out here on the court that's definitely made his presence known very early and often, Eric Hamilton.
He's phenomenal. Just as an athlete. And the thing he's developed, John, I know we watched him this fall in September at the On the Radar Hoops Camp, and Sean Williams is here in the building with us. Great to have him. Hamilton's ability to knock down the open three, that's a kid that, had to sit out his junior year, didn't play, came back senior year with just kind of a dominance and a very new confidence to him. Went to NBA Top 100 camp, got it done there. Wichita State, #2 in the country. Not a bad place for him to be going, right? And even skipped a couple of all-star games today to come and be in the building. He mentioned a couple of people that wanted him to come and play, but he wanted to be a part of what we're having. We got to cover him at a high school game, this year, and played great. Had the opportunity to talk to him. Eddie Hood's doing a fabulous job at that Duluth program. New Duluth, really getting it done there. You watch Hamilton play, and his best days are still ahead of him as he takes that three that just rolls out. He's got a lot of upside. And Eddie Hood and the development there at Duluth is a big reason why.
Several Duluth teammates out here, and again, as you mentioned, the program that Coach Hood has continued to develop over there at Duluth. Eric said, I was speaking to him before the camp, and he said one of the reasons why he wanted to be out here is just one last time to play with those teammates. Romello Striron is out here, and then another 2016 prospect, Anthony Scholl, who's been out here. I'm not sure if he's on the court right now.
He's actually out there when 134. He's going to have the basketball in his hands, and next year the show at Duluth is going to be his. There'll be a couple of pieces along with him as you see him take that 15-footer. Nice shot there, right on cue. You must have heard us talking about him. But he's played really, really well over the course of the last 6 months, and that's a guy that, once again, our video coordinator, Chris Watkins, is very familiar with. He actually is from the Cobb area originally and found his way over to Gwinnett, and once again is now at Duluth. Really like his game. Great pass right there. Puts it right in his pocket. I tell you what, I like Holiday, 103 there. Yeah. He really has done a good job of getting the basketball into space as you see him find an open teammate. And then Eric Hamilton almost punishes the rim with that one.
Again, Brandon, you can see the athleticism, the spring in Hamilton's legs that makes him such a dynamic prospect at the next level. Do you see him as a 4 player, or do you see him as a potential 3 player?
You know what, I think he could go either way. I think there's a lot of talk. Jabari Parker being a great example. Doug McDermott. We actually had this conversation in our pre-production meeting yesterday, John. You start to talk about 3s and 4s, and obviously a lot of that has to do with defensively what you'd like to do. But so many teams play so many different styles, even inside of one program. Whether that be we want to play a 1-3-1, or we want to really shade the shooter against, an Iowa State and a Fred Hoiberg, and then we want to play a very different way against Baylor, and every single game can be very different. So a kid like Hamilton literally can spend half of the season playing as the 3, the third ball handler, and another half the season playing as the 4. So I think a lot of it will have to do with how his body feels out in the first 18 months out there in Wichita, but I definitely could see him playing either forward position at the next level, especially if he's able to go in there early, similar to what an A.J. Davis has done at Tennessee.
Very good point, Brandon. And I think more than anything else, what should be said when you talk about kids like Hamilton, A.J. Davis, and at the top level, Jabari Parker, if you're having conversations about them playing multiple positions, that makes their potential upside all the more. Whereas if you're talking about a kid that can only play the shooting guard position, now they become all the more limited. So I think coaches, scouts, and even at the highest level, NBA scouts, love to see that potential versatility.
Well, I'll tell you what, you talk about a versatile guy and just the consistent improvement. Simon Shaffer is at the line right now shooting the free throw. That's a young man that I had the opportunity to work with, and so do you, John, at Lanier. And to see his growth, visited Young Harris last week, has been on multiple campuses, has been to Point. Ray Cross has shown interest, and a guy really that I think on a lot of different levels could be very impactful as a freshman. Great crossover. As you see him go head-to-head with former teammate Jordan Davis there, nice little matchup. But his ability to create space, get downhill, and also hit the open jumper has put him in a really unique position as an unsigned senior, very similar to a Sean Jones that we saw earlier from Central Gwinnett.
Without a doubt. We talked about Shafik earlier in this program here as being a guy that on day one, you know what you're going to get from him, at least on the defensive end. He's a kid that could guard either wing position and perhaps on some nights even be able to defend, the other team's point guard. His offensive ability, like you said, Brandon, is, certainly hadn't topped out. His shooting ability has gotten better. But right here you see him. You see the reason why so many college coaches are taking an interest. It's that type of athleticism, that type of spring in the legs that's going to have Shafik playing college basketball for years to come.
No question. We're going to be interested to see. Nice move there by Anthony Haskins. We haven't mentioned him. Make sure we get him in here. Nice, long, lanky post player. We can watch those guys in their final game of the high school season. They came away really impressed with the job that Brandon Mayweather has done with Haskins. As you see him now go the other end and contend a shot down there. Yeah. So a guy that can play on both ends. But to finish that thought on Shafik, his willingness to improve day in and day out, I've just been really impressed with his commitment to getting better. I don't know that a lot of players on either side, and this is not a time-specific thing. I don't think it was different in the 70s or the 80s or the 90s. There were some kids who wanted to get better, and there were some kids who didn't. And I think that Simon has showed through his actions and through his progress that he's definitely a kid that wants to continue to grow and progress his game.
And that's definitely a measurable quality that the coaches certainly look for. Is this a kid that's going to get better? Is this a kid that, well, we know what we're going to get in day one, and when he leaves 4 years later from now, that's what we're going to still have. And you always want those kids that certainly are pushing the limits.
No question. Little line change here. 106. ABK was interesting. I actually had a workout with his summer club team, so got here a little late. Wasn't able to see him go through the first round of the skills station, so we'll be able to see him go through that and see how he progresses. But good size. Riverside Military, right? I'm telling you, these guys are hearing me. It's like we got him mic'd up, man. I'm going to credit Marcus Burnett. He's got everybody mic'd up today, so they hear when I start talking about him. But, his ability to make some plays off of the bounce, definitely think that he can shoot the basketball as well. Like what he brings to the floor. I was talking with his father a little bit earlier, and just the progression of his game and, going to Riverside, obviously having to play as the primary scorer there, just brought a little bit extra to his game. Originally from the Hall County area, and then made that switch here last year.
Put down there by number 8. That's Isaac Kellen out of Fayetteville, Georgia.
Ooh, right back at him now. Holiday season. Go follow him on Twitter.
Good 3-point jumper. We got a close game here coming down the last 2 minutes. 50-53.
Devin Mitchell time. Devin Mitchell time. Anytime he gets that read with his feet set, go ahead and nod your head, Devin, I know you hear me. Anytime he gets his feet set and that defender goes under, that's an automatic three. You have got to chase Devin Mitchell off of the line and force him into a driver and force him into that second line help defense. That's the same thing Anthony Blair and his team will stress next year, I'm sure.
Right back at you, Eric Hamilton with a little pull-up jumper off of the 1-2 bounce. These guys are having fun.
They're having a great time. In a lot of ways, it's like the NBA All-Star game. They're going, Mitchell gives us a little look. We know he's in the building. You've got to love when two guys who have already signed come out and compete at this level. Every single possession is a battle right now, man. This is great. That's like the fourth belt. Great pass there from Elijah Jenkins. You see him make that pass. His father, Doug Jenkins, actually is the all-time leading scorer at Columbia in New York. Elijah was a late ad. We didn't know if he was going to make it. Another guy that had a summer team workout today with his Georgia Heat Club. He plays at Riverwood.
Okay.
Quality young prospect. 2017. You know, dad is about 6'4", 6'5", so definitely still growing and lengthening out. Been around him since my early days at Swanee Sports Academy, where our headquarters are now located. Back in the good play, but back in the early part of the 2000s, man. It's great to see him growing up.
Lefty Austin Venable there from Commerce, Georgia, with the throw down off of the pick and roll. I like to see Devin Mitchell there. Little unselfishness, give it up to the big man that sits on the screen and finishes it off.
Well, I talked about his high school coach, Mike Cleveland, a minute ago. He's one of the guys that's in here today from Banks County. And Venable's not been a guy that's really been out on the radar. Some schools have seen him and heard about him, but he hasn't been out. He's going to be out a little bit more this summer. And then obviously some camps and showcases like this will give him a great chance. Holiday season.
Holiday season indeed, and that might be a little bit too late here for their team. 61-54 with 10 seconds left. Guys looking for one last opportunity. Nice shot there by Romelo Stryon.
His jumper's come a long way, Jonathan. I remember him as a freshman in high school and definitely wasn't able to shoot the ball with that type of consistency, but he was confident with his feet set that way. That's awesome.
Even over the last 12 months, you got to give credit to Romelo and Coach Hood for really working and developing on that. Well, that'll conclude our second game of EBA Top 40. Stick with us here on SUV TV. Until next time, I'm Jonathan Hemingway. He's Brandon Clay, and we're out.